All right, great.
Hey, uh, for those who don't know, the theme of tonight's thing is it's an interview with Lawrence Hugh Burns. Welcome, Lawrence.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So for those who aren't aware, there's a thing going on in about a week called the World Illustrated Championships. I kind of feel like
The Illustrated World Series,
damn.
actually. So what it's interesting because when I first was in it, it was just a UK illustration championships, but Illustrated World Series was the whole like brand. But now this is like the very first World Series that they're doing.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
yeah. But it's growing like every year, which is really really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
How long? Well, all right. Can you give an explanation as to what this actually is? I've mentioned it before on a previous thing, but I would like to hear from your perspective. You know, what's a good summary? I can do it if you want, but mine's gibberish, and I know I'm putting you on the spot. So
No. I'm trying to think about how I succinctly put it before. It's a tournament style competition, in which artists compete head to head. And they have 1 hour per round to illustrate with limited palette and color and tools a news headline provided typically by one of our news sponsors. And it's since it's tournament style, it's like process of elimination. So like it's a bracket system and it goes down to 1 versus 1, and then the winner, wins big and has the title for the year, and then they have to either defend it or they can walk away.
Okay.
And watch from afar. The next round.
Well, you said win big. What's on the line there, Lawrence?
A pretty sizable cash prize is good, but at the risk of sounding really hokey and corny, like the real prize is meeting all these other meeting all the other like talent that's taking place. Because when I first went to London back in 2019, there were all the other artists competing were people I'd been following on Instagram for years, and I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be able to meet them, let alone hang out with them and compete against them.
Right.
So that's the real prize to me, and I know that's corny as hell, but
no, don't call it don't call it corny, because that's exactly what I was telling my girlfriend whenever I got the invitation to. When my application was accepted, and initially I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die. People that I'm following that I really admire, they do this, and I'm after that faded, I was just like, I just want to be in the same room and like just feel that energy. I want to be around those people. I want to feel that inspiration is so hard to come by sometimes that like you soak it up,
for
man.
sure, for sure. Oh yeah.
Oh man, now I'm all excited to be corny. So
no, it's really an experience, and like some of the people that I met, I consider like my good friends ever since the competition. Like sure, there's a good like rivalry there because you're able to win like a decent chunk of money, and who doesn't want that in this day and age? But
right.
Yeah, no.
Nah.
Like even if I get knocked out first round, I'm still gonna be like hanging out because everyone there is really really cool, and like it's just like really good energy to like be around and everything like that. So don't go into it, elbows out, like trying to like get to the top. Just go there and have a good time. So
that's great advice.
Yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip. Should we start drawing? I mean,
yeah.
Just,
by the way, sorry for those who don't know. In the background here, and I'm going to say those who don't know a lot because I have no script prepared. In the background here, I have an application called Magma Studio. It's magmastudio.io. I'll put a link to it somewhere, wherever the hell that goes. But you can live draw with other people. So this should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is my first time using it. Don't mean to interject, but I've never used the platform before, but it's fun. It's great. I like the pen pressure and everything like that, and just good old fashioned sketching. It's something that I haven't really done in a long time, at least for myself. Because I work full time as an artist for a brand that I'm doing other people's ideas, not my own.
Right.
So this is a nice breath of fresh air, really.
No, that's amazing. Yeah, I learned about this the other day from actually one of the other competitors, which I hope to have on here. I am RIE.
Which one?
I am Emery.
Oh, Emery. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's. I'm looking forward to that conversation. He has an amazing accent. This is gonna be great.
Oh my God, I know. He was on a group chat with us during like a debrief, like way before August.
Yeah.
And he was speaking and giving a really good points, but like a lot of us just kind of like trying to listen to him and like see what he was saying. But it was great. It was great.
Right.
I'm really looking forward to meeting him because he's a very talented fellow, and he got pretty far over the winter in the UK illustration championships. So
that's what I heard.
I would watch out for him. He's serious talent.
Oh no, he was one of the ones that I was already following. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Oh yeah.
him, you. And actually, Ewan. I was really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was. I mean, man, I'm just excited to be even in the same room with a bunch of you talented folks.
So,
you have to figure.
How long have you known about the Illustrated World Series?
I think that I first learned about it just before, well, maybe a year before quarantine.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and it was something where they did the all digital one last year, right?
Yes, because of the situation at hand, we were all able to like pipe in live. Mark, the creator, the curator of the tournament, Mark Farrington, went above and beyond and sent all the competitors like home kits to like plug into their computers.
Oh wow!
and tune into the platform we were using to compete live, and it was
that's amazing.
Quite the experience. It was a really good workaround too, considering the UK was on lockdown like perpetually for what seemed like forever. But it was a lot of fun.
Right.
I did not get very far. I only got to the second round. So I was defending my title, and I got dethroned very quickly. So I'm trying to win it back.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you a question about that actually, because. I know. All right. So aside from like technique and basic fundamental chops, art is sort of a beauty contest, right? It's definitely some very arbitrary judging factors and things that aren't really they're not really something measurable. You can say certain fundamentals are off, but how much do you feel that style and the opinion of the judges, well, obviously it's going to factor the whole thing. How do I want to say this? How would one judge this?
I'm like taking over all this whole canvas.
It's okay. Use it. You're the guest. And my computer's being really laggy.
Well,
so.
Yeah, I think my computer's also having a hard time like keeping up with everything going on. But so to answer your question, I mean, it doesn't just like boil down to like style. Like, sure, that has a lot to do with it, but I think style is kind of analogous. I mean, rather, it takes like a step back from people's interpretation of the headline article. And like I know Mark like boiled it down to like specific bullet points how the judging is used, but honestly, it's really cool because like everyone's style is so unique and distinct to them that it's just fun to see how each person interprets each headline.
Right.
I don't know if I'm answering your question. I tend to ramble, but
no. So just to
I think style kind of doesn't matter as much as the other things like interpretation, because like really what it is like you're doing like editorial illustration, but all the artists involved have a very humorous slant to their work. Like editorial is kind of like journalizing it, but everyone that's involved in the competition has very, very humorous styles. So I think that's another like thing is that like we're trying to like highlight the humor of these headlines, because the headlines that we're given are ridiculous, for the sake of having like an interesting image.
Yeah.
So
well,
yeah, I think it's style. I wouldn't worry about style. Like if that's something that like you're getting like freaked out about.
No. This is more. I'm asking. Is it's sort of like one of the guys in the chat actually here. Biggie Z says, "How much does your own style play a part in you progressing?" So.
Oh, Biggie! Hey, what's up, man?
He should be there too.
He's a great dude. You'll meet him. He's fantastic. I'm glad he's watching.
Right?
Isn't it late over there? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
God.
Who cares?
It's like 2 a.m. Good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we just got a message from Mark on the WhatsApp, so I'm like, the dude is up at all hours.
Good God.
Yeah.
Well, the hustle doesn't stop.
No, it does not. But Biggie, I hope that answered your question. I think style, it just doesn't, like, sure, like aesthetically, like, yeah, I think it counts for something, but I don't think that's the sole reason why judges are moving you forward, because I went up against the likes of Matthias Adolphson and Ewan, in the finals when I competed. It was me and Ewan, and I was like, okay, like, this is it. I got past Matthias by some weird stroke of luck. There's no way I should have, because he's like world renowned, and then Ewan is just Ewan, like untouchable.
Yeah, I was
like, this is it, done for. Yeah, and for whatever reason, I made it through, which still baffles me to this day. And I'm like, I think that my style is, but every artist there is going to be humble about their own work. Like I can't just be like, oh yeah, my style's the best. That's just not how it is.
No, but you're gonna also, you're gonna have the whole thing that we all run into, which is, that whole like imposter syndrome, right? Like you're worried that someone's gonna figure out you don't know your chops that well. At least that's what I do. Clearly the other person put their time in. I don't deserve this. All the failures that you've done, and so on and so forth. But
well, you sound just like the rest of us, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I am not surprised by this at all. I've had a lot of conversations with some pretty people that inspire me, and they all tend to have that same like, oh my God, they're gonna figure this out. They're gonna know,
Yeah, I think that just speaks to the humbleness of everyone participating. Like there's not a lot of ego there. I mean, there shouldn't be. Like we're all talented in our own ways, and like, how do you judge an art contest, because art is so subjective?
Sure.
Like I do not envy the judges at all.
No,
I would like
impossible.
to eventually, but I am like, I do not want to be a judge. But if they called me up to it, I'd be like, sure, why not? But that would be one of the most difficult things to do.
Oh yeah.
Because like people want to win at the same time. Right? It's just spooks me. It spooks me real good trying to like think of judging.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for following, Biggie. Biggie says, "Don't sell yourself short, man. The finals were intense." And apparently he's gonna bring his camera, so we got that going for us. Now I gotta shave and stuff.
Nah, man, keep the look. It's good.
Yeah. So in the previous competition, the 2019, that one was not digital, right? That was in person.
2019 was all traditional. The digital thing is actually a new development.
Right.
One that I'm surprised is happening, but since it's the World Series, I think Mark wants to cast a wider net.
Yes.
And I think people are attracted to the digital choice, because I spend my entire days working digitally,
Sure.
But I won traditionally. I was traditional last year, so I was like, you know what? I need to stick to my guns.
Right.
Like I want to stay in that route. Plus, Samsung's also like one of our major sponsors.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
They're providing a lot of the tablets that we're using for the competition.
Yeah.
So I think that has something to do with it too.
Right. It seems like a time.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if digital people will be at an advantage or not. I think they will be, because it's as easy as hitting a couple keystrokes to undo a mistake, whereas as traditional folk, you're traditional, right?
No, actually, I'm going digital.
You're going to be digital?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, that's okay. I saw the lineup on that side. I want no piece of that. I don't want none of that smoke. I was trying to sound really confident talking to Mark, and I was like, I'll go traditional too if you're having a hard time, but I'm not doing that. I saw all you guys line up. I was like, I'm not getting my ass beat that hard. I'm still gonna get it beaten, but this time only by like 15 people, not 32 or something. So, you know.
What's a shame for me is that a lot of the people I was looking forward to competing with again, you know, because they were all in 2019 doing the traditional. Well, traditional was the only track.
Yes.
And I was like, man, I cannot wait to like go toe to toe with these really talented people. You know, like Justin Boyish Mind. I know he switched over to digital.
Yeah.
Nick Mack, you know, very very talented. She's digital now too. King Trow. I don't know if you're familiar.
I'm very familiar. These are all the people that I was absolutely terrified about. You're doing great.
Yeah, he's a gent, all right, but unfortunately, he's gone the way of digital. So I'm like, who am I going up against? And like, I know I'm going up against a lot of talented people, and it'll be nice to have fresh blood. But I'm gonna miss those guys. You know, like I like the sparring. You know.
You hear that word? Lawrence wants it. That's what's going on. He wants that. That's amazing.
It's just fun, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Because I've already met these people, and I know what their spirits are like, and like their, you know, how they are competitively, and I like seeing them in that you know, like headspace.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we all tend to be fairly humble, and if we're not, we don't tend to be invited back. But I think all of us are by nature not necessarily competitive, but curious. You know, like, you know, I want to see, you know, and I know it's an arbitrary point because, you know, like you said, interpretation comes a lot into it, which comes into your experience as a person. Like, what are your perspectives? You know, one of the things that Mark said to me when he was describing, you know, why I was chosen, because I was like, is this a scam? I was like, are you messing with me? I have a longer story than that, which I'll get to in a moment if you want to hear it. But
sure.
But he, you know, he said, well, you know, you have a narrative to what you know what you draw. You know, I can't help but let my opinion seep into everything, and it doesn't give me a lot of commercial work, I'll tell you that. But it does help with like murals and just fun pieces. But I'm excited to see what everyone brings. You know.
Yeah, I think that's what attracted Mark to your work, is that you have that voice, you have that narrative, you are able to tell a story with your words, and a lot of people, I mean, like all the competitors have that, you know, humorous slant or not, you know, like they are able to tell a story visually, depending on like, you know, regardless of how ridiculous the headline is. Right. So, yeah, I think that's great that he accepted you. He told me that like over 150 people submitted applications, which is amazing, and that makes me feel really good about the future of the competition as a sport.
Yeah, I felt very very flattered and excited for the next wave too. You know, like, all right, I was chosen amongst this group, but also this many people are excited about you know playing, and you know, I just feel lucky that I could afford it at this point to, with the help of my girlfriend, to head down and to visit and to treat it like a vacation, and just to be like, well, you know, what's here? I want to play. You know.
Have you been to London before?
I have not. I'm very excited.
Oh man, you're in for a treat, dude.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's great. It's a great city.
How many times have you been?
My wife, unfortunately, she couldn't make it. Just once. It was during the Illustrated World Series in 2019. That was my very first time, and I went solo because my wife couldn't come with me because she had just started a new job, and unfortunately, they kind of needed her there.
Yeah.
And you know, she was going to come with me this summer, but we just had a kid.
Yeah.
So you know, she's like, you know what? I think it's just better off if I hang back and take care of him and, you know, root you on from afar again. So it's just like I'm doing it solo again. But luckily, you know, I'll have familiar faces there and new ones like yours. So
yeah. I mean, I will. All right, fine. I'll even exfoliate. It'll be fine.
There you go.
I'll try to look extra pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I'll miss her terribly, of course, but
Yeah.
you know, the ROI might be worth it. So we'll see.
Man, I'm just excited for this. We already had this talk, but I'm legit really excited about this just as an experience, man.
Yeah.
At first, it didn't feel real. You probably ran into this whenever you first played. Which you're like, that's exciting, and then time passes, and as you can see in the corner of the screen, it's 8 days until the competition. And I'm just like,
seriously,
oh my
man.
God.
I don't know if you in my Instagram profile you can see my highlights.
I did.
From the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know if I captured just how like shell shocked I was to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I can't believe this is actually happening. Like, there they are, and here I am, like the sole Yankee, the only dude from America competing. But they were very gracious, and artist and host alike, welcomed me with open arms. They were all very warm and very, very friendly.
Oh, that's great.
But I wanted to circle back to what you said about thinking it was a scam, because Mark first reached out to me in 2018.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, whoa, like this sounds awesome, but I couldn't because I was getting married.
Mm-hmm.
It was the end of 2018, I think. He reached out to me and he was like, love to have. It doesn't seem legit.
Right.
Like something like this, I don't know, it just didn't seem real. But then he reached out again, and I was like, okay, maybe there is something here.
Right.
And he sent me all like the information, and I like did my research, and I was like, wow, okay, so maybe this is really something special. And when I was there and I was in it, it really is like magnificent. So
really,
it's certainly not a scam. You're not.
Oh no,
you're not gonna be like swindled out of your money.
I didn't assume so. It's just the conversation that I had with Mark initially. All right, so here's the deal. This is what happened: is I got a message on Instagram, about a month after the application process, because that was like a late night thing, and I was half asleep, and I figured I'd be funny during my application, because why not? I have an excess of personality, might as well, right? So since I knew the tournament is based in London, I said, all right, well, there was that little part on the thing, which was a new edition, where it asked, which country are you from? And I said, I'm from America. M-U-R-I, whatever. Well, apparently, according to educated folks in England, that looks like Murcia, which is in Estonia. So I'm being serious. Mark told me that he was asking.
I love it.
Apparently, he took my phone number I listed, added the Estonian country code, was trying to call someone there. It's just a whole bunch of random shit happened, and I somehow. So I kind of feel like I was shoehorned in, but I'm not going to explain that any further. It's just it was really funny because I think we both got. We both got about 5 minutes in the conversation on WhatsApp, because he asked me to contact him, and I was like, I'm not calling someone in England. I don't have an international calling. I'm in America. We don't do that. You call me.
You're in Murcia.
Yeah. Murcia. We had all sorts of jokes about what a place I have no idea about. I just made up facts, and I thought he was just I think they call it taking the piss. I don't know. I'm trying to watch a whole bunch of British films. I'm trying to watch Shaun of the Dead a bunch of times. I'm sure I'll be completely relevant.
I think Biggie, if you're still there, correct me if I'm wrong. I think taking the piss is when he's just having a light jab at you. Another phrase is having a go. It's having a go at you. But
wake up, Biggie.
That's amazing.
Tell me the story.
It's an incredible story.
Yeah, it was terrifying. So I was pretty sure that. I was pretty sure I was getting joked around with, and after we realized at a certain point that it wasn't a joke and I was actually being invited, it was a series of, times with me talking to my girl, trying to figure out if this is a thing we could do, and should we, and how much of my life would I regret not going and accepting this opportunity. One of those when jump and the net appears, that sort of a thing. Whatever hippy dippy thing you want to run with.
Yeah.
No,
man. I think it's good that you're taking the opportunity to go, because it really is a very special experience. It's really, really something else. I see in the chat real quick that Nedster
that's my brother.
Is saying that he thinks there should be an Etch-a-Sketch challenge.
Oh, naturally.
And that I would die in.
Yeah?
I would not survive like the first round. Are you kidding me? Like that's where
come on.
Like the knobs and everything, I could not do it. I would not survive.
No.
So Nedster, I don't think I can do that.
Nedster did.
That's not.
Lawrence says no. Absolutely not. All right. Well, so the all right. My understanding of the flow of this, and you're gonna have to just tell me from the traditional side, from the analog side, is Mark assured me that we are provided a topic, maybe like an hour early, ideally, maybe. But I kind of heard from the others in the WhatsApp channel that we weren't, some of those times were kind of not too forgiving when it first started. Like you were given a topic a little bit close to when you got to start, and people trying to figure out what this actually is. Run me through how a round goes. Like, I was told that you would be provided with a headline from BuzzFeed this year, right? And
yeah. So in the past, the provider, the sponsor was the Daily Mail, which is I think is a it's a publication in the UK.
Yeah.
Where they have kind of like outlandish headlines here and there.
Like a tabloid?
BuzzFeed. Yeah, I think so. I'm sure Biggie could answer that better than I could, but if he's still in the chat, I don't even know. But
he may have gotten asleep.
Yeah, but BuzzFeed, historically speaking, they have very bizarre headlines. So
yes,
I think the first headline, and things could be different this year around. The first headline you'll get a day in advance. And so you can kind of like let it kind of like soak in your brain, like you can like marinate on some ideas. That gives you a lot of time to go into it, kind of knowing what you're expecting to draw.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting and the timer's going down and you're in the shit, I'm telling you, the next moment you realize you only have 5 minutes left.
Oh, I bet.
So you gotta be quick. You gotta be quick. I'm telling you. Like your time goes up like that, so you're just like focus, but like watch the clock because an hour goes by in an instant in this situation. Okay, it's scary. It really is scary. I'm not trying to put the fear of God in or anything like that.
No. I actually that part doesn't scare me just because I like doing stuff like that. We have a lot of like drink and draw things locally, and they're judged and whatnot. And it's a lot of fun because, you do like a 10-minute pose and like, for like a model and then pick something and then the model will like choose, it used to be Dr. Sketchy's here, which you actually have up in New York.
Dr. Sketchy's.
Yeah, you have one up there.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
We were told about 5-10 years ago to stop using that name. So now it's okay. But it's a similar idea, just less... now that I think about it, probably way different just because of the pressure of actually being properly filmed and, having your pauses be observed and having your doubts be observed and, I don't know.
Yeah, well, Mark has explained to me that, like, he's really committed to making this, like, a new kind of sport, like art sport is the way he described it to me. I'm like, that's actually really unique.
Yeah.
And I feel like with stuff like Dr. Sketchy and Secret Walls out in LA, that there is something there. That I feel like it's something that could really take off. And I told Mark as much after the competition in 2019. I was like, I absolutely love what's going on here. This is I see like humongous potential for this, like really blowing up. So I want to see it through.
Right. And not just as a competitor, but as someone who would, I would love to watch that. I would absolutely love to watch.
Oh yeah,
my favorite artist go head to head, and be like, oh, get him. I mean, it'll.
Yeah, dude, I love how you connected the drawing. By the way, I think that's great.
Yeah,
you added your little tube coming from my skull guy. Yeah.
Well, we're playing, right? So I figured.
Yeah, yeah.
We got to make it somehow somehow
I'm
cohesive.
gonna draw an eyeball over here.
There you go. Yeah. All right. So you told me that, obviously unofficially, it would be like sort of, you get the topic ahead of time and you have time to prepare and do your research. I'd imagine there were probably extenuating circumstances. There always are. There's always something comes up, but it's good to hear that Mark has such a solid head on his shoulders as far as where he sees this going. Apparently, this has been going on for
sure.
years. I mean, maybe I can try to get Mark on here too.
I think
Biggie says,
that would actually be pretty great.
Biggie says that you and Ewan had about 20 minutes to figure out something. So, tell me about that.
Oh, that's another point I wanted to get into. Actually, is that
natural segue? Go ahead.
Let's see. It was the second round going into the quarterfinals. I think they both happened in the same day. So after I got past the second round, Mark was like, "Okay, your headline is blah blah blah. You're on in like 20 minutes." So I remember like finding a quiet corner and like frantically texting my wife, like bouncing ideas off of her.
Yeah.
Just like, here's the headline. Like, what do I do? Like, help me out, because it was just like a lot of pressure.
Oh my God, smart.
We went back and forth very quickly, and I was just
That's grounding. Yeah.
trying to sketch out like a layout in my mind, and that was my favorite drawing that I did that round. So yeah, so that definitely adds a lot of pressures, because he'll be like, okay, here's your headline, you're on in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And you get like what you were saying before today, how you don't really know British personalities or celebrities or something like that. You could get a headline that is nothing but about British politicians or royalty.
I wrote a script that would pull all of the headlines from the BuzzFeed site and randomize it and pick one. I had to hit the randomize button like 6 times for me to be like, what the hell is that? Who's that person? I don't know which.
That's amazing.
I don't know which type of breakfast cereal I am. Why do I got to draw this? I'm not drawing this on my string, But
oh man,
if it's something where you're handed it, I could see that being at least a little more vetted for, something that wouldn't be obviously gibberish, But I did see some that were, it required some loose interpretations. How literal do you feel you have to be? I think I saw it was Alex from last year. It's a great artist.
Alex Solis.
Yes.
Oh man, fantastic!
He's an incredible artist.
I'm actually glad I lost, so I didn't have to go up against him over the winter.
Yeah, all right.
But he's a really solid fellow. I don't know him personally, but like we became Instagram friends over the holiday season because we were both competing, and he was like, "Oh, I was really hoping I could go up against you," and I was like, "Likewise," but secretly I was like, "Thank God," because he knocked every piece out of the park. It was unreal. But yeah, like I think that speaks to how interpretive you can be with these headlines, because I think it was in our big group chat, someone mentioned that he had an article about Matthew McConaughey, but he drew a picture of the sun and the moon arguing. So he took the headline and turned it into something completely different.
Yes.
But it still worked so well for what the headline was.
Well,
and I was like, genius, absolutely genius.
And that's what I'm hoping is that this feels like it's supposed to be play. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be having a good time. And I kind of feel like if you take it seriously, you're going to lose the whole focus. You're going to lose the whole point. So,
I mean, as much as you're there to have a good time, like at the end of the day, like it is still a competition, and like I know a lot of people would love to win because, like, again, the prize is pretty substantial, and like who doesn't want to win like an illustration competition? Like we're all artists.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
And like sure. Like I don't want to sound like contradictory. Like like networking is like one of the best things you can do at these places, and like meeting all these artists that you admire and like have been following for a long time. I think winning the competition is just like a nice added bonus.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
this is our business, and our income is based on eyesight, right? It's based on views. It's based on how visible am I.
Yeah, sure.
Now there is that whole 1,000 true fans concept, but how are you going to find them unless you unless you're out there being visible, right? I mean,
exactly.
Contrary to my, flamboyant branding, I'm quite an introvert. But when we go out there, we all perform. We all put on our little suit, and we're like, I'm gonna be this person, and play. And that, I'm just looking forward to it. And I was
it's all that, like.
I was really happy to see how Mark added all of us that had WhatsApp into the similar, into the same WhatsApp group, and I was really excited to see how casual and approachable everybody was. I got to see that. All right, good. We're all nerds. Okay, good. All right, good. We all, we all have like a weird sense of humor. Because we all devoted our lives to doodling and ruining social hour for everybody else, so why not?
Yeah. It's amazing. Like some of the people that I met there, I don't want to like speak for them, but like they were so much more different than their online personas perceived them to be, and like you have to like take that into consideration. Like you're only seeing like one dimension of a person like on Instagram.
That's true.
And like you're creating these assumptions about that person, and when you meet them, they're like humble, like chill as hell, like down to earth, and you're just like, oh my god, like I can't approach you. You are
right.
Human. You're just like me. It's really, really great.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go back to the topic about getting a headline with like a British personality.
Yeah, please do.
Because my very first headline had to do with Jeremy Corbyn, and he was the sole candidate for the Labour Party, which I guess was going up against the Tories, which is kind of like the conservative party in Britain. And I was like, who the hell's Jeremy Corbyn? And I was like, on the flight over, I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, and thank God my wife is like, she's like, just look him up, and like she was like, he's like the candidate for the Labour Party, and the rose is like the symbol of the Labour Party and everything like that. And the headline was hashtag Grime for Corbyn. Was like hashtag Grime for Corbyn.
I saw you drawing
trends. Yeah, it's trending, and like the grime scene music, like all the grime artists were like supporting Jeremy Corbyn. So I drew Jeremy Corbyn on stage rapping, and like everyone like holding their cell phones up with like the hashtag Grime for Corbyn and everything. So yeah, like as long as you have time to do your research, like it really isn't that bad. But again, what I was saying about what you brought up about Alex Solis, like it doesn't have to be about the celebrity. It can be your own interpretation, because that can be just as clever, if not more so.
Yeah, this is about your vision.
And every... Yeah, exactly.
That's very reassuring.
Are you there? You're slowing down for me.
I am. Can you hear me? Everything
okay? There you go.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I got you. You just...
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you froze for a second. Again,
no.
I've got bad internet connection out here, so I feel like I'm like slowing things down a little bit.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes, I'm looking at the stream and I'm freezing.
Okay. On my screen, you are fine. So that's just your local processor going nuts. So.
Yeah. Hey, we've got 9 viewers so far, and I think that's pretty cool.
We do. That's pretty awesome. Biggie's 8 of those people, but
Hey, that's okay.
Well, now Biggie, don't say that, man. I was hoping Ewan was going to be an axe wielding maniac, because that's what we pay for, man. Come on,
Biggie says, "Oh, dude, that was an amazing piece. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much."
Yeah,
I felt really shaky and about that one, but then I felt like really good, and people were like digging it, and I'm like that kind of like helps like the how you feel about like going forward and everything like that. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, you committed too, and that's sort of, I think that boldness sort of adds to the to how it's received. That confidence tends to be like, oh well, he's an artist, he knows what he's doing, and I'm not trying to cheapen it because your style is fantastic.
Thanks,
Like
man.
I'm
Thank you.
like honestly, you're one of the people that I'm a huge fan of in this, and one of the main reasons that I'm really glad I'm not on that side. But I am looking forward to. For some reason, I have one of those like I've never been to Europe, so I kind of want to just go have like a pint in a pub. That's what I want to do. I don't care about most other things. I just want to go do that. You know.
Well, what's funny is like when I was there in London, I was by myself and I was like, okay, like I want to find like a proper pub, like I want like the true pub experience.
Yeah.
And I was walking all over London and like I would stand outside one and I was like looking at the menu and I was just like, man, it's crowded in there. And I'd sort of like get like really nervous.
Ooh.
I was just like I'm by myself. Like I don't want to like, but I found this one. It's called the Windsor Castle, and I guess it's by an actual castle called the Windsor Castle.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, like this, it looks nice and empty. I'll just like have a seat, check out my phone, like do some reading. I needed to like catch up on some emails for work.
Right.
And I get there, and there's signs all over the place. It's like you can't look at your cell phone while you're enjoying a pint in here. And I was like,
wow.
I was like, this is the whole reason I came to this pub. But I was talking to the bartender, and I was like, can I just like sneak in the back and she's like, yeah, it's fine, but like if the owner comes in, like he might like start haranguing you about looking at your phone, like because he wants to promote like conversation.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, well, I get really shy in these situations. I'm in a foreign country by myself for the very first time. I don't want to approach some regular who will just look at me sideways because I'm an American. But I get in there, I'm in the back room. Every other person in there was American. I was just like,
what?
Huh.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Yeah. That's unexpected. All right. Yeah.
It was very bizarre, but I had my pints, I got my dinner, and then I took the tube back to my hotel, and it was great. Yeah. I loved every second of it. It was so much fun.
Okay. Well, that's honestly really reassuring.
When that time comes, when your time comes to when we go out for a pint, rather, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic, and I won't be as nervous because I'll be in good company. So
right. I am really looking forward to meeting all these people. Everyone that I've seen has been so accepting and so kind and so encouraging and so quick to acknowledge that they're also terrified. Like, I mean,
yeah.
It's sort of comforting because, like, at a certain point, there's that whole self-deprecating humor and mock humility where we all. Imri's in the chat. Hey, what's up, buddy? You're next, man.
Imri, what's up,
you're
man?
Gonna be on here next, bud.
Imri, we were discussing your incredible accent earlier, and
so good.
I'm very, very excited to experience it in person. So I have to reiterate, I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
We're starting to encroach on each other's territory here, I see.
I am trying to go behind everything you're doing, so just trying to see where you're going. So I'm a supporting role. All right, I'll just go ahead and I'll do that then.
Well, we were talking about something else.
Yes.
I forget, but yeah, you were talking about like the humility of everyone, and
yeah.
Just everyone is really chill and like there to have fun, like, and it's I hope it's like reassuring to you knowing that we're all kind of like shitting ourselves because it's very
honestly very much so. I mean, it's there's the person, then there's the character we play on TV. I mean, there's the fact that we have to go into an office, we have to present our skills as being worth our paycheck. We have to put that forward.
Yeah.
But most of us sort of, most artists that I've met have been very, very aware and very, very honestly open about their own inabilities and, their own struggles and things like that. So, I kind of, I like.
Well, that's what it is.
I like it.
Like an artist,
There are many people that I'm excited to see, but I'm also just excited to. Well, I was trying to convince Mark, who's very busy right now, to let us have a wall. Like, to convince someone to give us a wall. I would like to work on, even if it's just like butcher paper up on a wall somewhere, and just put some of the markers from the competition down, and just let us all do this. Let us all play. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be an incredible thing.
Yeah, he had that actually. He had that at the 2019 UK Illustration Championships. There was a mural battle on the Saturday, where the artists paired into teams, and we all just kind of went to town on a wall.
Oh man, that sounds
and
awesome.
that one was just that one was just in good fun. There wasn't any serious judging behind it or anything. There was no prize for that. That was just hey, we're all just throwing paint on the wall right now. It's nothing serious, but
right.
That would be a really cool additional thing maybe in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll let Mark take care of that. I only have so much pull for finding that sort of space.
You go tell Mark what to do. Don't tell Mark what to do. He seems very busy.
No. I try not to bother him.
Yeah.
I'll let him bother me.
I message him every now and again, letting him know how a Stony is, but that's about it.
So do you have any other questions about the competition or anything else?
Well, honestly, I think we're kind of getting to a point where we hit about the hour point. So.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, we still got like 6 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me just finish this up. Let's see. We've covered the structure. We have covered how the rounds go. We have covered the introduction to this sort of thing. How long have you, in your experience, when did you first participate?
Ooh.
Did you already answer this?
Oh, actually, Imri has a good question. Who's your biggest competition?
Ooh.
I like that. I like that very much.
Yeah. What do you got?
Well, for me, I think it's Ewan. Because him and I went head to head the very first time.
Right.
And I would like to think that our rivalry is mostly friendly, but he could deep down hate me. I mean, I don't know for sure, but
maybe. I mean, he didn't.
Ewan usually he's usually I like to consider him my chief rival, just because we went to head,
yeah.
And when I got knocked out before he did, I was rooting for him all the way, just because I want to see him win, because he's so fucking good.
Yeah, he really is.
So for me, I think he's my biggest competitor, but I'm also a huge fan of his work. So so I think I hope the feeling is mutual. I don't know.
You were hoping that you keep him up at night too. That's good.
Yeah, he's a very humble guy, and he has spoken highly of my work, and I'm just to hear that come from him. It's kind of
oh god,
surreal. That's all.
Yeah, that'd be really.
Emery's asking if Ewan's been confirmed, but Biggie just answered he's not competing this summer, unfortunately. And that kills me. That absolutely kills me. But I'm sure, hopefully down the road he'll be back.
Yeah, I was looking forward to meeting him too, but that's just one of many people that I wanted to see. But
yeah.
Have you had a chance to go over any of the other people who have been announced? Like
not
the ones you didn't
entirely. A lot of the new people I've only briefly scoped. The guy Hood Tendencies, who's in the chat.
Yeah.
His work is really, really cool. He's one that is sticking out, and I think he's traditional too. So I'm a little nervous, but
I think he might be.
I
think he's digital.
Oh, okay.
I think we're gonna fight.
Someone I have to worry about less.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna beat me up, and and have a pint later. It'd be great.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of see, that's the thing. I don't know anyone. Kid Cran is traditional. I know that for a fact. And he's very, very, very good. He can get so much detail in an hour done. It's insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Definitely a little nervous about that one. I would love to go up against him, but it doesn't make me any less nervous,
Right.
But what about you? Is there anyone that you're particularly excited or nervous about?
Oh, I am. I want to say it's Trout. I'm absolutely terrified.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should be scared. He's something else, that's for sure.
Well, I mean,
good answer.
I mean, I love his work, and there are others, but
yeah.
I'm really bad at connecting names and remembering things. I sort of just look at them on Instagram and go, oh crap, I forget this one. Oh no,
Yeah.
I think when I was first, when I first saw it, I went through and they didn't really have too many people on the digital side, so I was really confident. There's only like me, I'm gonna do great, and then they added other people, I'm gonna die.
It's Steve versus Steve.
Yeah.
In the first round, Steve
loses. How he managed that? Yeah.
No, you definitely got some stiff competition in the digital track. That's for sure.
Oh, they do great work.
Yeah.
So we are at just about the hour point. I wanted to see. Let's see. Biggie says, would using a new tablet be difficult to get the hang of? I mean, I think every single one of them have their own flavor. I've been trying out the app that they've been using too, which is a little bit trickier. Honestly, it's not quite as easy as others, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, Medibang. There you go. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And yeah. So we have 10 viewers. Let's see.
God, it seems a shame to kind of cut it off when we've got so many people watching.
Yeah, that's fine. We can keep going for as long as you would like. I have no problem with it. I was just trying to. What I would like to do is I would like to make sure that you get a chance to plug all your stuff, and then we can open up for questions from the people who are watching. But
oh sure, yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see in the corner, there's your Instagram. But go ahead. What else do you got? What's your spiel?
Instagram is my my home in regards to artwork. So you can find me there at lawrence.hugh.burns. I'm on Twitter when I am not active there at all. In fact, I don't really know my handle off the top of my head, so I'm looking it up right now. Pretty sure it's Prince Mothy.
Okay.
Yes, Prince Mothy on Twitter. TikTok, I am also there. That's just kind of like a dumping ground for my reels on Instagram.
Okay.
But
do you do like time lapses and stuff? Or?
Not so much time lapses as just quick little vignettes of a drawing that I'm working on, just to show some of the process. I'm also there at lawrence.hugh.burns. Facebook, just Lawrence Hugh Burns. I have obviously my personal profile, which I don't touch because Facebook is a goddamn cesspool. But I have my art. I have my art page there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I need that in order to have the business profile on Instagram, apparently. But yeah, I'm also on Twitch, but I'm never on Twitch. But this is making me want to start doing it a bit more seriously, because this has been a lot of fun.
Right?
And I'm looking at the piece we made. I'm like, this is really cool. I think there's something here.
You can come on my stream anytime you like if you want to continue doing this with me. This is a blast, man. If you just want to shoot the shit and talk, I would love to.
Cool.
I need an excuse to be able to do this more anyway. One of those things.
Yeah.
Pen of supplies. Emery wants to know, what's your pen of choice?
Cool. I'll show him right here.
Ooh.
This is the Zebra Pocket disposable pocket brush pen.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know if you can. The lighting isn't too great, but it's really nice. Well, actually, this one's kind of busted. Hang on. It's got a really nice fine tip. It has great thick and thin. I'm not going to be using this during the competition because A2 is huge.
Yeah.
And this is far too small for that size paper.
Okay.
But when I'm doing the small, like 8.5 by 11 cardstock drawings, this is what I'm using for the most part. I use these Uniball Signo pens for like white highlights and small details, like cleaning up here and there.
I have all those on my desk.
Fills. Yeah.
This is great.
See, it's all the same stuff, Yeah. If I'm doing like big inky fills, this is called this is Pilot Shinputsu. Really nice Japanese calligraphy on it. Very like fat tip. Can you see?
Girthy.
Absolutely like juicy and delicious.
Yeah, the good spring.
Can pull like really fat lines with it and everything like that. Imri, will you be bringing? Oh, that's a question for Imri, so I don't care.
Rivalry reestablished. Actually, that's a good question too. Will you be bringing anything to London for like exchanging with other artists? I'd already been arguing with Imri about bringing stuff like Prince, like Biggie mentioned, and originals maybe. I mean, I don't know. What do you got?
So, what I would suggest, bring business cards, bring stickers,
I do stickers.
Stuff that you can kind of like lay out on your table for observers to kind of like take. I brought a stack of business cards with me on my first trip out there, and they were gone by like the first night.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
Did you have any follow-up business be directly related to your work at
actually?
At the thing?
Yeah, I would say that so at the venue where I was, it's called a place called Box Park. It's like a giant food hall and like game hall where like you can just like kind of hang, get food, like watch British football there, and it was a lot of fun. And there's a location in Shoreditch where they. Did I lose you?
Nope, I'm still here.
Okay, your screen's frozen. I'm sorry. So they have a location in Shoreditch where they have like big, massive frames in like the courtyard where they like highlight artists.
Ooh, okay.
And they asked me to create original artwork for Valentine's Day. So in like 2 weeks' time, I created like, I think it was like 12 pieces of all about Valentine's Day, and for each one I drew a different heart, but each heart was like a different character, and like,
oh, that's awesome.
it was like love is ...
Yeah.
Cuddling forever, and it was like two like skeletons like hugging in the shape of a heart.
Okay.
Or like love is Keanu Reeves, and it was just like
fair.
Character of Keanu Reeves, stupid stuff like that. But
sure.
So that was like the one big project that came out of it. And then there's this guy who has he's got like an organization called like Give Crohn's a Slap, where he works with like a lot of like street artists to like raise awareness for Crohn's disease.
Oh, cool!
Like through artwork and like what's the word? I'm blanking on the word, but yeah,
okay.
Really solid fellow. Again, but like Sai, the first winner of the entire competition, is doing like fantastic things with his artwork. Just because he won the competition. So
that's awesome. Then
it's pretty great.
Yeah. Oh, and I'd imagine even if it wasn't direct, it would be probably something related to just feeling like you're out there doing stuff, man. Like you're actually participating. You're actually doing bigger things.
Yeah. And even if like nothing really came out of it, then that's fine. Like I met people that I've been wanting to meet, for a very long time, and that's. I'm going to sound corny here again. That was the real prize all along.
The friends we made along the way. No, I agree 100%, man. Cool. Inspiration it's a commodity you can't purchase. You have to do it. You have to be immersed in it. And honestly, it's intoxicating. I am looking forward to it. Like you said, even just goofing around in this little program has me wanting to do more stuff with other people, and it's fun. Doesn't hurt that coming.
Yeah, no, this has actually been
coming out of a quarantine's, isolating anyway. So, woo.
Yeah. This has been great. But yeah, apparently Biggie says you can bring and sell stuff. I mean, I don't know like the bylaws about doing that sort of thing, but I think because it's more of like a networking event, and like if people are there interested to buy your stuff, then like, yeah, sure, sell it. But I'm there to like meet people and kind of like push my brand out there. So like definitely bring business cards,
for sure,
stickers, other little giveaways, that you can just kind of like lay out on your desk while you're competing, and people can take as they like stroll on by and see what you're working on.
I was kind of thinking about taking a lot of little drawings and hiding them all over London and doing the little like, go find my stuff.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's one of those. Just tag me when you find it.
Wish I had thought of that.
Do it with me. Come on, bring your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just make it a thing. We'll make a hashtag. We'll piss Mark off by just running out and hiding our shit in the, places that sell
all over
fish
the
and chips.
Oh, if there's one thing I would suggest you do is get a full English breakfast for breakfast at least one morning, because it's phenomenal. It's really the best thing.
Yeah. I'm not sure that I'll survive.
Do you know what it entails by any chance?
I have a really good idea. It has, I think, black pudding, like ham.
Yes.
Baked beans? It's baked beans, right?
Baked beans, chips, which are French fries.
All right.
What else? Yeah. Black pudding, sausage. It's just a beautiful mess, and it is so delicious.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Really, really good. So make sure you have that. And, of course, do the fish and chips if you'd like. I didn't do it. I couldn't find a good, like, chip shop. Imri says we should all do that hiding art around the city, by the way. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, dude, bring it. Seriously, that would be a blast. If you bring me my drawing at this thing, I'll give you an original. If you bring the print to me when I'm at the thing, I'll give you an original drawing. It'd be great. That's what Lawrence said.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
All right. I think we're at the point coming up soon where we just sign stuff, but
yeah.
Yeah, just I'm on.
Did I plug everything?
What's that?
I'm not on YouTube, but maybe I will be one day. Yeah, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. The works.
Yeah.
Usually at Lawrence.hugh.burns or Prince Mothy are my two monikers.
Prince Mothy, okay.
Yes.
Is there a meaning behind Prince Mothy, or?
Yes, there is.
Tell me, what is
it's kind of convoluted. So my favorite musical act is a band called a duo called Autechre, electronic duo. I don't know if you're familiar or not, but they're on Warp Records. They're like one of like the Warp mainstays. They're big in the UK.
Okay.
That's where they're based. And there was one album that they had that had alternate track listing when I put the CD into my computer, and it was like so vastly different than what the known track listing was. And one of the track titles was Prince Mothy Moth.
Okay.
And I was like, that is just such a weird name, but like I fell in love with it, and like I couldn't find any like rhyme or reason like why these track titles were named, but I think they were like alternate, like they were like placeholder titles. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah.
But the Prince Mothy Moth just like kind of stuck with me. So like I took that, and my very first Instagram handle was like Mothy Moth, like again a play off that name.
Yeah.
I'm like Prince Mothy, so that's it. It comes from that. Very, very obscure. So yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
So. Thanks. Cool. I appreciate that.
All right. Well,
I am out of space here, man.
You can. Yeah, I think we're running out here.
and I should be turning in soon.
Yeah, well then let's call it a night. Let's see. I'm gonna
sign right down here.
Yeah, good. I will throw mine over here.
Are you able to save this?
Yep.
And
I will send it to you.
Like, okay, great. Please do.
Yep. As a matter of fact, if you give me just a few seconds, I will do that. You are good on where we're at here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Imri, Biggie, it was really, really great chatting. And Steve, of course, and to the other viewers who may not have said, thank you for watching, for sure. And, this is definitely giving me ideas to kind of like do my own Twitch thing. Because aside from drawing, I love to play video games too. So maybe I'll supplement my Twitch time with some video games also, but mostly drawing, I think.
That sounds great. If you had so you guys heard it here. You guys can visit Lawrence at lawrence.hugh.burns. As usual, I'm at Steve Nedley Art. We've been going over the Illustrated World Championships, something like that. World Illustrated. I don't know. World Series. I screwed myself up. I'm sorry, Mark. Sorry for butchering your branding. It's in 8 days. And I'll tell you what. This is the final thing. The first person out of the viewers that messages Lawrence on his Instagram, I will give one of the online streaming packages too for the weekend. So just let me know if someone messages you, and I will give you the code for it. So does that work?
For sure. Absolutely.
Awesome.
That sounds great.
Awesome. I'm going to hit this button here, and it's going to put us into the end spiral. And
right on.
Yeah, there we go. And I will send you this image, and we can chat for like a moment after this, but everything's going to get cut off as far as we can see. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you guys, and thanks again for everything, Mark. Thanks for joining me, Lawrence. And you guys have a great night.
My pleasure.
Stay blessed. You're loved.
All right. Take care, guys. Later.